Welcome everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. And I get to do the cookie part of our Cocoa Cookies and Champion. So welcome and thank you so much for joining us. We are going to do a really easy recipe. Now I'm going to tell you guys, I really do know how to do like normal size recipes, but I keep coming to you with these super simple ones. So we're going to do a 3-ingredient cookie tonight. 3 ingredients, and you probably have all 3 in your house right now. So are you ready for that? We are going to do peanut butter cookies with 3 ingredients, and we're going to use our whip and mix. I love this guy right here. He's one of my favorite pieces of Tupperware. So if you haven't checked this out before, I love that it has the measurements, has this great handle, has the skid ring on the bottom. First gear, second gear, just one of my favorite things. So if you have yours, I hope you are using it. Drop in the comments some of the things you do with your whip and mix, because I use mine a lot. And I tell you what, my husband uses it too. He really likes it. So we're gonna start off with eggs. So our 3 ingredients, we have eggs, peanut butter, and sugar. That's it. And I'm gonna do a half a batch tonight. And because I already did part of one to test this out a little bit, and I did a twist on the other half. Now, when I use my whip and mix, I always do my liquids first. So I'm starting with the egg in there first. So I'm doing my egg, and it needs so the original recipe is 2 cups of peanut butter, 16 ounces, 2 eggs, and 2 cups of sugar. And I'm not going to do the full cup of sugar, because to me, it's a lot of sugar. So I'm going to do most of it. I'm just not going to do the full amount of sugar. I'm just going to dash that just a little bit, but I'll tell you the real recipe as it was given to me by a friend of mine. And then we're going to do a cup of peanut butter. And I tell you what, once you have a Tupperware spatula, there is just nothing as good as a Tupperware spatula. Am I right? They are heat resistant. They are high quality silicone. You don't have to worry about them being all wavy and willy-nilly going all over the place, right? It just scrapes everything clean, like our peanut butter here. It is scraping my jar clean. I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some more peanut butter, you guys. I love peanut butter. I love peanut butter on apples. It's such a good treat. Did anybody else have that when they came home from school? My mom called them apple witches, and we would have apple witches a lot of times for our after school treat. So one of my favorite things growing up, and now my grandkids, they love to have it as well. So our Tupperware spatula is going to clean this up really nicely. We're going to put our peanut butter right in there. The best thing about our measuring cups and spoons, other than they are, of course, the most accurate measuring utensils on the market, says Good Housekeeping, and we know they're all things for the home, right? We have the most accurate measuring cups and spoons, and it's so great that that peanut butter just slides right out of there. They have that slick finish, so it just makes everything slide right out of there. And then we're going to use our whip and mix here to mix this all up. Of course, you could do this by hand, or you could get your with your whisk, or you can get your electric mixer out. But I just like to get my whip and mix out. And I'm sure you guys have some great ideas of things you do with your whip and mix. Now, I have this on second gear. If I put it on first gear, it can't mix it. Light and fluffy, first gear. When things are thick, like your mashed potatoes, you can do that. If you are using your whip and mix to shred up your cooked chicken, yeah, I cook my chicken, chunk it, and put it in here, and it will shred it for me. Now, your chopper will chop it all up, and this will just shred the pieces. So we use it for that a lot. And also, we use this for our pancake batter, and we use it for mixing up our scrambled eggs. So all those different kinds of things, this does a really nice job. And I'm just gonna take my spatula and scrape this up a little bit so that we get that all nice and mixed in. But I just can't say enough about the whip and mix. And it makes a great gift if you have someone who has a really small kitchen Maybe they're living in their first apartment, or they are in a dorm room. This is great for them to have, and they can still do all that mixing without a great big mixer or an electric handheld mixer. It's also good if you are in a camper and you need to be able to do some cooking, but you don't have a lot of extra space. Plus, you can use the bottom of the pitcher for all kinds of stuff, you know, even if you need to throw water on the fire or you need to water your plants, whatever the case may be. You can use that base of the pitcher for so many different things. So we're just gonna mix it up here. And this is a really easy recipe. Again, it was 2 eggs, 2 cups of peanut butter or 16-ounce jar, and 2 cups of sugar. And I did cut the sugar down just a little bit. But today I started this, and I actually did it on my TikTok Live. So it was a very fast and easy recipe that I could share on there, talk about some of the products, and just gives it a little bit different look. So we have our stuff all mixed up there. And then we're going to put it onto our silicone baking mat so that we can pop it in the oven. And I got my little cookie scoop here, and I'm just going to put this on here. And you can do these as big or as small as you would like. This is our silicone baking mat, and I use this for all my cookies that I do. It kind of insulates them, even though I even have an air bake pan, but I always put this on here. I don't have to spray it. In fact, spray will ruin our silicone pieces. Our silicone pieces are all very high quality, and you know that because when you pinch it, it doesn't change color. If it's not a high quality pure silicone and you do that, you'll notice that it will get like white or real light color. That's because it's not really good quality, high grade silicone. And ours, you can roll it up, wad it up, put it anywhere, and it always pops back to the perfect condition. So that's how you know that it's really good, high quality silicone as well. But we're just going to take this and make our little cookie balls right on here. And you may like them a little bigger, a little smaller. And it takes 10 minutes at 350 degrees. So this is just a very simple recipe. So if you are doing parties on Tupperware Live, how many of you are doing parties on Tupperware Live? Oh my goodness, live shopping through our websites. It's free. It's something we all have. You don't have to have a certain amount of sales. You don't have to be in leadership. You don't have to have been in Tupperware for very long. There's no minimum time. Everybody has Tupperware Live. And you can do a party with your guests who can be talking and interacting with you. You have your products pinned. Like I could have this pinned right in there, and they could click on it, add it right to their cart. It's that easy. So if you are inviting people to join you to do those kinds of parties, you'll find that simple recipes like this is a great way to interact with them. It keeps it going really fast. You get to talk about some of the products. Obviously, you're going to want to use products that are currently available so you can pin them up there. But there's going to be things that come and go. If you're using something that is not a current product, like our Whip and Mix is out of stock right now, it's okay. If they're interested, you can take down their information and say, hey, I would be happy to let you know when that comes out. Or maybe you have some cash and carry. You have one in stock, so you could still fill the order. But we're using products that we need to do recipes. So just try and find those simple, easy recipes, and it would engage your customers. I dated a party this week on TikTok. My first party that I dated through my TikTok shop and doing my videos there. So I'm very excited. We're doing a Tupperware Live. And for people who are familiar with that kind of shopping where it's basically one click, add it to your cart, send it through, they're very open to the idea of parties on Tupperware Live. And the best thing I could tell you to do if you haven't tried it is to do your own party. Invite your family and friends. Say, hey, I'm testing out this new feature. Have them jump on with you. Heck, get on with some of your Tupperware friends and test it all out. That way you are more confident to share it with everyone else. But this recipe is super easy. Get to talk about our fabulous canisters, airtight, liquid tight, all the good stuff. Just perfect for this time of the year. And with the magic of, teen night, this was the first batch that I made. And I actually did chocolate peanut butter. I did half peanut butter and half of the hazelnut spread or Nutella. And so I have chocolate peanut butter cookies. So these are just straight up peanut butter. These are chocolate peanut butter cookies. So I'm very excited. And you see, I have them in my freezer mate so I can store them. Would make a great gift. I could very easily fill up some of our glass dishes. Or guys, did you see our modular mates are still on the website? The 4-piece sets are on there with the squares and the rectangles, the ovals and super ovals, the beautiful pastel colors still available on there. And our 12 days of sharing, the giant canister. Now this is the color that we had back in October. The new color is more of a dark red, but this is that size, 2.5 gallons, has that carolier handle. Instead of buying those candy tins, those holiday tins, which who knows what to do with them afterwards, or you store them somewhere, you think you're gonna use them, you donate them, you throw them out, give them the gift of Tupperware, right? When you care, you give Tupperware. And you could fill this with your snack mixes, your own popcorn mixes. People love that kind of stuff. And then they can use this container for anything. Maybe they do a lot of baking, so they need a giant sugar canister. Or maybe they need something to put their Legos in. You can use it for all kinds of stuff. And I'm also very, very excited about the popcorn popper. How many of you, oh, I didn't put that glass back in there. How many of you love the silicone popcorn popper? I think this is one of my favorite pieces, especially one of my newer favorite pieces, right? That glass insert just pops right in there, and you can put your Tupper Mini full of popcorn. Again, love my modular mates for my popcorn. I put my Tupper Mini full right in there, cover it 2 minutes in my microwave, and I have a bowl of popcorn. I can shake out those unpopped Old Maids that didn't pop up, and out of that 2-ounce Tupper Mini, I might have like 8 kernels that don't pop. Not very many. And if you are making caramel corn, you really want to make sure you get all those unpopped ones out. If you've ever bitten down on one, you know what I'm talking about. So shake all those unpopped kernels out. It is dishwasher safe, and you can store it flat like a shallow serving dish rather than the bowl. So I just am so excited that this is on special. My neighbor last year came over and she bought one for her son, one for her daughter. And I had a lot of people use these as Christmas gifts last year. You could put it with some of your favorite popcorn, throw in a Tupper Mini, maybe a movie night, some hot cocoa. So many great opportunities using Tupperware as gifts, sharing very simple recipes, and you are gonna have a fantastic December to remember. So thanks guys for tuning in. Jenny.